Hi Earthlings. Right, now to put you here in the box. Hope that's okay. Oops. No. God. If I can get it right. Time with the box. Okay, gotcha. Update. Okay, so it's an extremely interesting update for me, and I didn't know where we were going. I don't know where we're going. I just follow the lead that I'm given. First of all, I looked at, actually, I was looking at stuff, but in Chinese, shi, she means dead corpse. In Irish, sidhe, she means ghost. And then there's also banshee, banshee, which means scary ghost. So I'm thinking about the word she, and we always say she for females, for women, and perhaps we're kind of like saying something incorrect. It's just a thought, because my beautiful Kurdish friend, she would say her, instead of using, she. I was trying to get a sentence, but I just lost it. What is her doing? She would say it like that, okay? Now, so I started off again with Mushushu, which Mushushu was Tiamat's dragon, and she had, when Marduk, in the churning of the waters, which is also, you'll find that in the Hindu story as well, in the churning of the waters, Tiamat, she finally got some dragons, okay? So she made some dragons, and she made Kingu, who was it says, I'll just read you what I wrote. So Kingu was the dragon that feared Marduk. Marduk was the four-eared, four-eyed giant. And then Kingu got captured, and then he was blamed as the reason that Tiamat was killed. She was stabbed in the heart by Marduk. And the gods who judged, which is like Enki and everyone, they said Kingu is to blame for us killing Tiamat, which of course is not true, but they blamed him. And then Kingu was killed, and Enki used the dragon's blood to make black-headed people. So Kingu was killed by Marduk, the giant, and they kept the other little dragon, Mushushu. And you see Mushushu in a lot of the old cylinder seals. Now, Kingu had been given the Tablet of Destinies by Tiamat, which he wore as a breastplate, giving him great power. The black-headed people in Sumerian cuneiform is very specific. Ugsajjiga, and it means that their hair was so black and shiny that it shone with a blue hue. Now, this is just my notes. I'm just sharing. I just was noting as I go, because remember, fixate. We're up to fixate. We're building our. We're starting to build our wall on a dam for our reservoir, and of our own energy, chi. So Egypt was always ethnically diverse, and the men shaved their heads in that area. So now the blue eyes originate as a sign from the gods. The blue eyes originate from an area north of the Black Sea, Proto-Indo-European Aryans. Proto-Indo-European Aryans. So they're a part of everybody, the blue eyes. So the blue-eyed people appeared approximately 6,000 years ago at the same time as the Sumerian people emerge. I hope I'm going to get it all in here. So I began. Yep. So what I've got here is our so we looked into I looked into the DNA because that's what I like looking into, but now I just drop it back a little and we'll start off over here. Do we have the nationality? I'm not sure. Let's give it a try. Oops. So here's our peoples, and the black-haired with the blue eyes. Oh, that one don't look like blue eyes though, does he? And that's a red head there. And let's go. There's another dark head. We're looking at ethnicity. There's like an Indian person, isn't it? And the south looks Saudi-ish. I can't pick. Sort of Nordic, okay? So we've got like a variation coming through. Actually, the one that I said was Nordic. It's Pakistan. And this was found in a tomb. Now, the blue-eyed people appeared approximately 6,000 years ago. It is a rare gene or a genetic mutation in specific chromosomes of the eye, a recessive trait, and the gene must be inherited from both parents for the child to have blue eyes. Indeed, it appears that the earliest known organized agricultural areas all come from the bloodline of the blue eyes. Sumerians certainly belong to the same racial division of mankind as the Caucasian stock. Arthur Keith, from his excavations in 1929, and that little mask I just showed you with that death mask with the gold, is a Sumerian. So, Gautama Siddhartha from the Cakravartin king line, in the Pali Canon, it is written, his eyes were deep blue. A mysterious and little-known urbanization with a blue-eyed elite ruled the northern coast of Peru, the Moche people, and they built structures well over 100 feet tall. So this blue eyes, it says north on the Black Sea. So I looked in Black Sea, north is Crimea, that's where the redheads are as well, the Scythians, remember? And then above Crimea is Ukraine. Then above Ukraine is Belarus. Above Belarus is Latvia. Above Latvia is Estonia and the Baltic Sea. So excited. So now I'm going to share with you, what I've got. I'm going to explain to you that there's a lot of things that we don't understand that didn't come out clearly with the Christianity, okay? And the Vikings really pumped it out there. So here's like a Viking ship. Now I looked where I found these images. Oh, I hope that comes out clearly. Is when I was looking at the legends of Belarus, and in Belarus they have lots of stories about their conversion to Christianity. And oh my gosh, I mean, wish I could show you. So this oh, beg my pardon, dang, oh, I took a photo, didn't really see that either. Done it. Excuse me for that. Let us begin. Good. Yeah. So the Christianizing of people, see the double rainbow in that one? Christianization. Here we go. This is getting everyone to become a believer. Get in that water and get yourself baptized, okay? And they did. Yes, they did. This is Belarus. Well, this is, yeah, these are the images from Belarus back in the day. I don't think they're Greeks, and they look more Assyrian to me. I don't know if this is coming out clearly on for you guys. Anyway, let's back it up. And they get everybody in the water there. See? Oops. Let me get it down here, man. And they're all getting baptized. Okay? Becoming a Christian was a big deal for the Nordic people. That's what I'm showing you here. Now, remembering in our timeline, the year 536 was a terrifying year for humanity because the world went, there was no, the sun was masked by terrible cloud cover because of these volcanoes, and a great migration period happened because everyone needed foods. It's a shame it's not coming out clear, guys. In the background is their castle, so it's like, this is my castle, this is my hill, this is my river, these are my people. And this one's interesting because these people are all dark-skinned. As we can see, they're all getting baptized as well. I'm just going to jump ahead now. Did you know there's an anomaly in the Baltic Sea, and it is, see those skid marks there? Wow, check that out. I've studied it before. We're in the Baltic Sea. On one side of see the skid marks in the ocean floor there? That thing was screaming to a halt at the bottom of the ocean. Imagine the speed it was going when it hit the water to dig out that. You know how hard it is to clap your hands in water. Now, it's quite big. So this is an image showing, see the divers have gone down to have a look, and they're actually, oh, I have to do it backwards. They're actually there, in that tiny spot. They're tiny, okay? It's quite a big thing. Oops. And it's Finland on one side, and on the other side it's Sweden. Do you know how excited that made me? The Baltic Sea. Because remember my ancestor, I am Finn the Great. I still don't know who Finn is. Yes I do, sorry. But I can't find him in history. He's not written. He's got a whole land named after him though. It's Finn the Great. Back in the day. Please be clear. So we've got Finland on one side. This is the Baltic Sea. And down the bottom there is Estonia. And then if I could just go like this, we can see Finland and then Sweden on there. So it says basin countries. There's the Baltic. These are the countries in the Baltic Basin. Please be clear. You can never tell if it's going clear or not. It's hard for me to see, but I hope it does. That's in this now. That's how we name the countries in today's language. Imagine my happiness when I saw this, because remember how I explained whenever I go back, whenever I do a time lapse, my God, what do we call them? Whenever I do a past life regression, I always have these buildings in here. Now I want you to pay attention. See how it looks Greco at the bottom, but yet at the top it's got this other stuff going on up there. It's almost like the temples of Greece had other parts to them, and this is in Estonia. The reason why I'm showing you primarily is because I want you to see how absolutely giant the structure is. Look at those buildings in the foreground. This is in the Estonia into the Baltic. Could you? That is absolutely giant, isn't it? Those are multi-story buildings in the front there. And they're not new buildings. They're ancient too. Look at it. Can you imagine? That's Estonia. Oops, no. We do not want to lose that image. Estonia. Okay. We're talking about big stuff going on in the ancient times, in a time of our human history that nobody actually passes on to us. Now, back to the Baltic mystery. Anomaly. The 26-foot tall object was discovered by Swedish explorer Peter Lindberg and the Ocean X team of marine explorers during a dive searching for a shipwreck. Despite the findings from Mr. Burchett, Ocean X maintain that this is not a natural structure. Stefan Hugeborn, part of the Ocean X team, said their electrical equipment stopped working when they got within 200 meters of the anomaly on the Baltic seabed. He is quoted by NDTV as saying, "Anything electric out there, and the satellite phone as well, stopped working when we were above the object. And then when we got away about 200 meters and turned it on again, and when we got back over the object, it's turned on again, and when we got back over the object, it didn't work." Okay, there's this proving I'm not telling you fibs. And so I went into a subject called archaeogenetics, and I really hope this comes up clear because this was a good one. And here on the map we have everybody's like all the all the old people's sort of like tribal names, Indus Valley, etc. So because what we're trying to do is get this timeline sorted out about what went on. So happy to see that they have the cutest, literally the cutest. That's a baby moose. My God. Okay, so what have I got? Baltic Sea anomaly looks like a spaceship found between Sweden and Finland. This north area is where the Nordic DNA of blonde hair and blue eyes originates. It's like it appeared, okay? This is I think it was Sweden. They found this one on a camera. Isn't he gorgeous? He's a white moose. Now, Nordic aliens are described as tall, 6 to 7 feet tall. Long blonde hair, blue eyes, fair skin, first spoken of in the 1950s. It's like, sweetheart, we can still build us a boat. Okay. Nordic aliens have telepathy, benevolence, physical beauty. Nordic aliens act as protectors, associated with spiritual growth, described as paternal, affectionate, and youthful. This is the land. I don't know, I'm just making it up in my mind, but imagine Finn the Great was driving his spaceship and then he was like, we're gonna crash. And then we landed and we were all okay. We survived because thankfully we hit the water, and isn't it gorgeous? And we were able to swim up to the shore and survive, okay. So the Baltic coast, where this is the animals, they have lynx, wander through forests, they have orchid meadows, this is snow, beavers, elk, seals, the golden eagle, the gorgeous harbour porpoise, oh my gosh, he's so cute, the cutest wild boar I've ever seen. The native bovine is called the Wisent. They have roe deer, and if the Nordics were like aliens or came from somewhere else with their beautiful blue eyes, and they crash landed into the water there and came up, they must have really been like, wow, earthling life is awesome. Now I'm going to show you some images of Jesus ben Pentira, otherwise known as Jesus. Now this one is 1,000 years old, so that puts it at the year 1000 AD. Now I want you to notice what's inside the circles. There's a couple of jellyfish looking things there. And what are those jellyfish looking things? I'll just try to zoom in. Flying over the wall. Okay. This is in Jerusalem. It's an image of when Jesus was around, alright? This one's even better. See? Now, there's also this image. If I remember correctly, this one's from the 1400s. Now, those two... Oh, I'm doing it wrong again. Where's my finger? How am I doing it? Here we go. So these two down below, they're up in the sky, okay? In this image again. And time travels? Maybe. There's also this one. This is a 1400s picture, painting. And what's that up in the sky? That's supposed to be the light that is shining down upon the shepherds, and they're in like a cave down here. That was where Jesus was born. In the old days, he was born in a cave, so saith. There is a story that he was. Now, this is one of Mary. This is a 1400s picture as well. Let me try and get that clearer for you. Oops, wrong way. There she is. She's like, thank you for my child. See that little black dot in the background? There. That too is a space or a flying vehicle. And then this one's the Annunciation. I'll just show you this. Hope it comes through. Annunciation. So Mary's praying in her room. And then when there she is praying, okay. And she's got this little light beaming down. And if we follow that beam all the way up into the sky, what we have is a spaceship. Okay, right. That's the Annunciation. Oh, here's a close-up. This was painted in the year 1486. There we go. That was painted in the year 1486. And that is what is shining down onto Mary. Now, what were the guys talking about in the 14 and 1500s? Well, this is good, and I like it so much. I'm not really believing the whole... I'm a time travel believer. Not necessarily a believer in the outer space stuff, though. Okay, so it says this is just a composite, and they're like Jesus left on a spaceship. I did it in the Middle Ages because all the Middle Age pictures. What have I got here? Oh, it's another. And then this, I don't know her name. I'm going to find out more about her, but I think it's Belarus. She became queen. She is our blue-eyed. And in the background, they always put their castle. Okay, they show where they're from. Here's another beauty. She's also blue-eyed. If I can, maybe I'll just zoom up. And then in the background, that's her castle, okay? Here we go. That's her land. Gorgeous. These are old images, paintings. Oops. Now, there's another one I wanted to show you. Did I put it on here? I might not have. Anyway, let's go back because that's my study today, and I just absolutely, I knew about a lot of these things before. Yeah, this guy. This is a king. I forget his name. It might be Stephen, but okay. So here he is holding his. What is he holding? Is that his castle or is that his church? Anyway, he's holding on to that. I mean, it's symbolic, but obviously, oops, it has some meaning. Stephen the First, I think this guy is. And there's all the baptisms that happen. They're like, get ye baptized. Now, this one I wanted to show, this was Sumerian. They found these in Sumer, which is their art with the blue-eyed people. And remembering also that the blue-eyed people, the eye of protection is a blue eye as well. Now, I'm going to try and... So, so Jesus says in the Bible that the New Jerusalem's going to fly down from heaven, right? Like a spaceship, basically. It's a building like this, and it's going to come down from the sky and land. And straight away, it reminded me of Vimana. Vimana are mythological flying palaces or chariots described in the Hindu texts and Sanskrit epics. The Pushpaka Vimana of Ravana, who took it from Kubera, and then Rama returned it to Kubera, is the most quoted example of a Vimana. Vimanas are also mentioned in the Jain texts. Okay. I'll just pop that there. And this is the ones in the Indian Vedic. Okay, so it's like a palace that flies in the sky and everyone's living in there. Yeah, so I'm going to correlate that with a Bible verse that's going to pop into the comment section on here. The one where Jesus reckons he's going to bring the kingdom of Jerusalem from the heavens to earth. And is that all I want to show you guys? Oh, is this golden cuneiform? What does it say about Sargon? So the golden object imitating the shape of a tablet bearing Sargon's inscription commemorating the creation of Dur-Shurkin, the fortress of Sargon, is one of a set of 4 texts recorded on different precious metals, gold, silver, bronze, and white semi-precious stones. They were buried in a cache in the foundations of a palace. So that would have been on the 4 corners. So here's the gold. They're just finding this stuff now. So here's the gold one that was found. And obviously they've yet to transcribe those, but they will do it. Oh, I've got the sun in my eyes again, Lord. So anyway, there's a story, and the story is that the Sun King dies and then is reborn. Oh, there's something else I want to talk about. But first of all, I want to say that I know that this is true because I have an intimate relationship with this son. This is my father of my soul, but also I helped or was a part of the birth of the new son, which happened a few years ago now, but it's another one of the experiences that I had. And of course, I have a personal relationship and can ask many things. Moving forward, I wanted to say something. Oh, okay, so there was one last thing I quickly want to say. Back when King Charles got crowned, there was this weird eclipse because it was at the 15th degree and it was in the middle. It was a Scorpio Taurus eclipse, and I was like, that's crazy. And then after that happened, everything was backwards, and we had the full moon first before the new moon. And usually the way it works is we have a new moon, it grows to full, and then it outpours. So we have the new moon, and then it grows to the full moon. So example, the new moon is first in the zodiacal house of Aries, and it grows to full moon in the house of Libra. And then when that does happen, the outpouring is from the Aries seed, outpours through the Libra full moon. But everything's been going backwards, and we've been having, example, the Libra full moon outpouring all the way to the seed, which would be in Aries. So we've had like this opposite thing happening that I've been watching. Pardon me. Now, I've got this lunar eclipse coming up, and I was like, this is a strange, because the points of the nodes are at the 15th degree again, but the lunar eclipse is like 4 or 5 degrees or something. I'm like, how does that work? That's impossible. So I checked it out, and this full moon is going to be sort of almost, it's not going to be a red moon at all. It's just going to be like a shadow that's casting across. It's going to be a weird one, which is similar to the other weird one that went on when the king was coronated. They like eclipses as well. So I'm not sure, but anyway, I looked up, and then the next new moon is going to be, I think it's, I can't remember, but anyway, I'll talk about it soon. But what I'm saying is, this lunar eclipse that's coming up Because at first I was like, oh, this is weird. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to pay attention to it. And I was like, oh, actually it's double weird because it's something to do with Taurus new moon that's going to be coming up next month, and everything's sort of a little bit a little bit weird. So sorry. You fell. Okay, I better go. I've got to talk to my son, and hopefully I made some sense, and yeah, many blessings everyone. Ka kite.